We're gonna start popping these ones open first. Just want to see what they look like. Well, that's got better buffers. So if you go ahead and pull, I see brood from here. Let me strip all that off. And I see brood here, so that's 4 or 5 frames of brood already. Start on the end. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that out. I'm gonna try to get this going. Looks like a lot of honey. There's cat honey on this side. Okay, we keep on going. That's just honey more than anything. Trying to get this one clear. There's some brood. Just go ahead and pull it up. So that's a beautiful pattern. I'm gonna get this camera closer so you can see. There we go. If you'll show the camera the brood pattern right now, you can see this is emerging and there's actually larvae in it already. So we've got honey on the outside. They've got pollen. Alrighty. So we'll go to the next. What we might do is just give this one another box since there's plenty of bees. Make sure they have enough. So if you don't see brood on that one, there may be eggs in each one of those. If you look closely, is there eggs? Is there eggs in them? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's her side. So she's starting to spread out her nest. Okay. Okay. Good deal. Next. And this is David. He's with Labs for Heroes. So I'm trying to get him more comfortable. You can see all the foragers coming in from the entrance. So we have another more brood there, and I'm sure on the outsides of that cat brood is there eggs and larvae, like in different stages. And if you kind of look around it on the outside, you may see larvae, eggs, anything like that. Oh, that's pollen right there. Okay, you see old white larvae all right there. So they're having good numbers and they're about to explode when all that emerges.
There's your queen right there.
Where's she at? I didn't see her out. I don't see her.
These glasses make everything look like
Oh yeah. That looks like a good friend nurse bee, so I'm assuming a lot of open brood. Nope, they're on the outside. That's more nectar. Anything in the middle?
I'm not seeing anything in the middle.
Okay. Oh, I see the queen. She's over here. She was on.
Wait.
Okay, that's brood. Pollen. Look at all that pollen right there. So do you want to show you how I mark the queen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you'll hold on to that one. Okay. Let me get this out first, because I'm gonna get the queen. Go ahead. I'm gonna show the camera. So it is windy, so we gotta be careful. But there's the queen. She's a big one. And so all I do is I kind of lay her down. And so she's from last year, so I'm gonna do yellow. So I kind of get my pin ready. I will actually take my glove off. I'll probably put it down. And I try to pin her down. They have tools for it, but I don't. I'm gonna take this real long.
I have a paper to try.
Oh yeah, I've got. So then I just get that. Then I'm gonna force her back on the front. Then I'm gonna put her in here because I don't want her to fly off.
So
She's working back down.
So you marked her head.
Yes. So just that part, and you'll be able to see her crawling out. I'm gonna show the camera. And she's walking around with the yellow mark. She's from last year. So this colony is actually very good. We really don't have to mess with it. This one has brood. And so they've got 4 or 5 frames of brood already, which is great. So if we will scoot this all back carefully, since we know the queen is here. I do that careful so I know I don't squish her. Then we could just shove all that back down. We don't have to really worry about it. Okay, so there's that. We'll go ahead and add a second beep to that. I probably should have drawn a cone, but
Grab that extra.
actually, hold on. Let's think first. We may come back to that one and give them another week just for her to keep filling.
Okay.
I think that's what we'll do. So we will feed here in a little bit. I could go ahead and get the feed ready. But let's just put the top on for right now, and we'll jump to the next one. And while you start on this one, I'm gonna move this back here, and I'm gonna get the smoker started again.
Yes, sir.
Which that one I believe is a little small. So that looks real small, right?
Yes, it it's grown since the last time you was out here.
Right, I did add a frame of brood, so this looks like the brood nest right here. So what I may do is add another frame of brood to them, and not add any boxes or anything, but and it is windy out here for the people on the radio, or on the TV, on the YouTube video. But these are calm genetics, I really don't think you're on smoke. Just trying to get in a better habit of that. So they're growing, they're slowly expanding. So that's good. We don't have queen cells until April 1st, so we're just trying to get everything equalized for right now. See anything? Just open. Okay. And the next one, I'm sure you'll have. There we go. I can see the nurse bees.
Sure.
Got some pollen.
I'm not seeing anything else on there.
Okay, I see eggs already. Up on the outside, and then eggs in the little nest. So that is a brood frame, which is good. And I'm sure these 2 or 3 here are going to have brood on it as well. So. And I can see cat brood coming up next. Oh yeah, that's a good pattern too. So they're about to start exploding, so they're right on schedule for us. We have another month and a half until the real nectar flow gets up. There's a queen on that side.
Marker.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and mark her over here. So what I do, like I said, I lay her down, I take off my gloves, and she's over here. She's right here.
There she is.
So we've got the queen right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just place this down gently. And then I'm just gonna kind of get this ready. And she's gonna take off running when I start trying to mess with her. So I try to wait until she's open, pin her down a little bit. And then let her walk. And now she has a yellow dot from last year. There she goes. So we really don't need to look at this colony anymore. Once all this emerges, it's gonna get packed out pretty quick. But what we can do, I see the queens right there. Let's go ahead and look at this next frame. We may give them a frame just to boost them. I want this to be a honey producer. Oh yeah, they got emergent brood on that side. And I say it's emergent because you see she had a pattern like this, and these are starting to emerge, and she's probably backfilling them with eggs.
I don't have that trained eye either.
With this lighting, it's hard to see. So you can see this bee right here emerging.
Okay.
She's chewing her way out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's eggs and larvae all on this side, which is great. I mean, a solid 3, maybe 4 frames of brood. So we're gonna go ahead and leave this like that. put the feeder on this other side instead. And since this is an open frame, I'm just gonna shove them here. Make them start using this as well. And we'll put the feeder on that side there, and we'll feed. Now we could give them a frame of brood. Honestly, they've already got. Yeah, I may, depending on how these other ones look, we may give them a frame of brood. Now we're gonna jump to this next one here. Now I'm trying to let David do this a little bit more on his own so he can get comfortable. This is only what, like your 4th time out?
4th time.
There, yeah, 4th time. So I'm just trying to get him to start figuring out what he's looking for. So this one's very weak. We will add brood to this one, but I want to see, make sure she's doing okay, make sure she has a good pattern. And if she doesn't, I may make a note and say, all right, this one's not making the cut. We'll give her a queen cell when we get bees for the split. Is there liquid in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we could pour that out because they'll probably firm it. So we'll pour that out here in a little bit. And so I gave them that feed 2 weeks ago, and if they haven't drank it in 2 weeks, they're either really small or something's going on. And they are small, so. And I see about 4 frames of bees, if that.
And there's brood in here, right? Or pollen.
That's pollen this year. Pollen and a couple of things in there. Set this right here for right now. Now that is a brood pattern. So our queen is doing good. She's laying good. So I'm just going to continue to let them expand and probably boost them up with a frame of brood. I see the queen on the next frame already. But yeah, that's a good brood pattern.
I'm not seeing eggs, but that could be just because of the lighting too.
And just because I see the queen, I'm going to go ahead and grab you. Go ahead and set this frame all the way scooted this way. And I'm going to mark this one as well. So, this open. And there's a queen right here. And in this little area here, she's got larvae like crazy, so that's a good brood frame that they already had emerged. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back here and scoot it here. Since this was our brood nest right now, I believe this one's next. So we're gonna go ahead and probably take this out for when we're done here in a little bit. We're gonna put a frame of brood right in there. So we'll put brood next to the honey. And I don't mean to just jump in here, brother, but we'll put the feeder back right there. No, leave a gap.
Leave a gap?
Yeah, leave a gap because we'll know where to put the. And by me leaving the frame in the front of the colony, I'm like, okay, well, I know that one needs one. So we've marked all 3 of the queens so far. Luckily on small colonies, it's a lot easier. Now this one I did not boost up. See, look, I forgot to give 2 frames, which was my bad. So they may be overcrowded. I see the queen already, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab her. This is not good what I did, which good brood pattern, great brood pattern. I had the queen. I thought I saw her from earlier.
There she is right there.
Okay, good. So we'll go ahead and mark her as well. She's a little bit smaller, it looks like, but I marked a bee on accident. So make sure there's no queen cells because they don't have a lot of room. And they were able to stay warm on those 2 freezing days, which I'm glad because. So we'll add 2 frames of brood to this one for sure. What's up, Bill? How are you?
Hey, how's everything looking?
Good, good. These are our weaker colonies. This is David. David, this is Bill.
David?
He's one of my mentees for Highs for Heroes.
Hey, man. How are you? Doing good. Yourself?
So these are very common. I just marked over queens. Starting to brood up pretty good. 4 or 5 frames of brood.
Those queens that you got in?
From California, yes sir.
Yeah, cool.
They're so calm like this.
Oh, that's great.
Yes sir. How you doing? Okay. Okay.
40 per week, yeah.
Oh man. It
traveling.
Right.
I'm hardly ever here these days.
Right.
How's my colony looking?
She's good. I would start probably adding a block soon. I haven't looked at it today, but I looked at it last week. I gave it two weeks ago when I put everything.
That way you can maybe use some of the bees. This one when you're shaking them out. Oh yeah.
Right, so any removals and stuff, I'm saying
White.
more than 1 year old.
I agree.
White's too easy to go.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty calm out here.
Oh yeah. That one's chilled out a lot more. I don't know if you've noticed that or not.
It has.
Okay. It's chilled out
It has.
a lot more.
I guess it's doing well.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's not something like it's struggling.
Right.
All right, man.
All right, Bill.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're about to get into some bigger colonies. This one we may need to add a box because a couple weeks ago I reduced it. Ah, I got stung in my hand right when I'm putting my glove on. Here we go. Did the smoker die out?
No, it's still going.
All right.
Yeah, it's still.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I'd give them a puff of smoke just to give them a puff. And if we run out of draw, we may need to get some more from the house on the way to the next yard. Well, I didn't bring draw comb in the frame for them to draw. Yes, sir. So that's looking pretty good. So this one, if we see the queen, we're gonna go ahead and mark her white. And you can see there's white cappings on here. That means they're drawing out fresh wax. And the same thing on top of that fur cone, how it's white, that is fresh wax. So they're ready to start drawing out. Which I did give some of these colonies some empty frames last week, so I want to see if they did anything. That's gonna be honey. Okay, this kind of concerns me. You see all this stuff right there? That's either pollen, but okay. I thought it was, if it looks like bee poop, they poop on the outside of their colonies. If they start doing it inside, that means they have some kind of issue going on called nosema.
Okay.
But that does look like pollen, so. But they are having some white cappings, so. We've got cap coming on there, a lot of nectar or sugar water. And you see this bottom right here, how they're bigger holes? Those are drone combs. So this is worker bee comb,
Okay.
and that's drone. So the big stuff is drone, which drones are the most. So they're cool.
There's a queen right there.
We got the queen already. Alright, she's calling over. So he spotted her, walked in, and I see larvae on every one of these eggs and larvae. So I'm gonna turn this back over, see if she came back.
Some nice orange.
Now, where is she? I just killed her on accident, bro.
Did you?
That is what you don't want to do. I was grabbing the frame and I didn't know she was on the side, and I killed my queen. No, that is what you don't. I said, where is she? And well, this is what we're gonna do now. We're just gonna leave them, and they're gonna make emergency queen cells. So my queen just blew off. I should have been more careful. Gave her more time. But if you see here, that is the queen. I accidentally pinched her. And that's why you gotta be careful during inspections, but it is what it is. I can't be sad about it. It happened, and we'll just leave them be now. So, what I can do, they need to have good quantity of nurse bees to raise queen cells. Plenty of eggs, cat brood there, eggs and larvae all in here. So she was doing great, man. All that is larvae you see in there.
Yeah.
She was doing really good. So, since I messed that up, for about 2-3 weeks, do the same thing. Great. Really good. God, I hate that I did that. But it's part of it, as I said. We're gonna leave them in here. I don't want to give them another box because I want them to be crammed. They will make emergency queen cells about next month this Saturday. Well, that's part of it. We don't have her queen now. Now, if we have another colony that has a queen but they're really weak, we can merge them if we wanted to.
Okay.
But for now, we're gonna call that good.
We got the one box over there. It's kind of weaker.
I want to see, since there is drones, it is a little early. I want to see if that queen gets mated. Alrighty. And let's go. I want us to come up to this one up here because I believe I gave them some drone comb. And I want to see if they've drawn any of it out. Man, I can't believe we did that. So I'll smoke it from there.
They'll make it come back.
What?
They'll make it come back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And like I said, if anything, I could just use that to. Okay, this was.
No, this is the more aggressive one.
Yeah, this was a more aggressive one. It already had drawn comb, so we'll just pop this bottom one open, pop the top off, and put it up there for right now. The whole box. You're gonna have to probably buy it with the tool. And the reason why I give them drawn comb is so they can start building up above. Okay. This is not the one I want to look at, so just throw it right back on. Close the lid, and then we'll jump to this other one over here. I just want to see before I stop the video if these bees are drawing out comb on some new foundations that I gave them. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to pop in these real quick. I'll do inspections here in a second, but oh yeah, so you can see that bird comb already. That bird comb, which they're stimulated. This is a new comb, and I don't think they drew anything out. But go ahead and pull this one out first. It's further away. And then you just set it aside. I know it's empty, but I want to pull this one and see if they started on this side. This one? Yes, sir. So just pry it apart. Oh yeah. So in a week, I'm gonna go ahead and look at it. Granted, it ain't super fast, but they are starting to draw out comb on this. I gave them this last week, so that's good. I just really wanted to test that more than anything. So I'm gonna stop the video until we get to the next location. We're gonna go ahead and inspect it, brother. But I'm just gonna stop the video. It's 23 minutes long.